Live now. What? I was just sharing it out. How short is our intro nowadays?
He was waving you for a while, man.
Yeah. I was trying to share it on my page, especially because we're live. I mean, I guess I'm out of whack with it. But lemon face, lion face, howdy, Delco. This is a smooth start. Anyway, so we've got a major event coming up, and we're not going to bore you with more talk about Delco Day, but we are going to talk a little about Delco Day. We've every year that we've been doing this with Headstrong, we do a thing called beneficiaries, and it's we usually pick two. And it is all the money goes to Headstrong. We don't take anything off top. We don't make any money off this. It all goes to Headstrong and their mission moving forward with all the programs. But then they turn around and write these things called grants to the beneficiaries. Freddie Burns has been one in the past, Al. Last year we had Teresa Daniels and Jim Sonino. We'll discuss that at this year's thing. And this year we have a Jess Carberry. And also in our studio right now, we have Josh Juice Little. Josh is from Essington, Pennsylvania, much like Lou Turks, who signed on today with a very generous donation and got them in there 2 years in a row. They are super cool people to work with. They will, their representatives will be there that day. We're not saying they're going to be on poles or anything, but they'll be there just enjoying the day.
Actually, me and Holbrook will be the ones swinging from the poles.
Dude.
They will be reinforced. Don't worry.
Last year, meeting the owner and a couple of other individuals was the most entertaining, thoroughly enjoyable conversation of the entire day. But Josh, welcome.
Thank you.
You have had a convoluted, shall we say, 2024.
Say that.
That's convoluted. That's the term we're gonna go with it. All right.
You got a dictionary?
Yeah. I panicked. I forgot. I don't know. Any of that stuff.
Roller coaster ride of emotions.
So the main benefit, the one who gets the money from Delco Day 3 through now is Headstrong. Headstrong provides housing for cancer patients and their family coming to the tri-state area to seek life-saving treatment. Thankfully, we geographically live in an area that has all sorts of specialized care, whether it's UPenn, whether it's anything in Philadelphia, North Delaware, South Jersey. A lot of places in continental America does not have that. The Headstrong House provides 7, 8 families opportunities to come here for free. Not Ronald McDonald where you got to pay something back or rolling this stuff. It's for free. And they also do programs for people from this area that are affected by it. And you've had a previous diagnosis and you have a current diagnosis that's
Correct.
being managed.
Correct.
That's the phrase to use.
Yeah, it's controlled.
Controlled. Okay. So let's backtrack. You are from Essington.
Correct.
You went to Interborough.
Yes.
Excellent. And you were still in the area. And you, I've met you, your family, and your dad. I also met your dad in court once.
Good story.
I sued your dad.
It is Delco Day related.
He is.
It is.
He is not the father.
Parking or something.
It is Delco Day related. I just want to get back to that.
I remember that.
Delco Day. So your dad works for the township. It was something, whatever.
Code enforcement.
Code enforcement. So everyone has to go to, if you've never been to court in Delco, number one, shame on you. You should try it. Everyone goes in a big room. And the only seat open for my fat ass. I was like, holy shit, it's you. He was there for work-related things on the positive side of the law. And I was there because I got a parking ticket on June 10th, 2021 because our studio was in Ridley Park at the time. And I had to park to go pick up cables to bring to Marty McGee's at the time. And got a parking ticket in the 2 minutes I was in there by that old fuck that used to just think he was the PPA man.
The same guy who gave me a ticket when I was leaning up against my car for the 2 minutes?
Yeah.
That dude.
People can defend him all they want, and I get it. It's his job, and I guess I was in the wrong on paper, but...
That never stopped me before.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
well,
he literally we were leaving the studio. I was talking to Holbrook. We were leaning up against my car. There's a bunch of people out about walking around. I see an old guy in a golf shirt, just kind of like in between the back of my car and the front of the car and behind it, just like looking around. I know he dropped something, didn't think much of it. Then I'm seeing like him write something down. I'm like, all right, what's this guy doing? And I walk over, and he has a golf shirt on, and the golf shirt has like a little embroidered badge. Like, so that was apparently his official badge. And I'm just like, what are you doing? He's like, your meter just ran out. And I'm like, I'm literally standing right here. Like, seriously?
but my life meter is strong.
This wasn't gonna be. Me and him got into it.
I'm sure.
Now yeah, but Al, at least yours wasn't picking up things to salvage cancer charity event.
I know, but I was standing there for quite a time.
Well, you got out a ticket, right?
I did. And I feel so bad for the judge because he was an older guy and he was super nice. I forget his name, like Luke Hazy or something like that. Super nice, clearly beloved in the town, and he had to deal with me, who chugged 2 Monster Energy drinks on the way there and listened to nothing but Rage Against the Machine, and came in yelling about constitutional rights, about how you shouldn't have to prepay a ticket beforehand because it's guilty, it's innocent until proven guilty, and then he just stopped me after like 1 minute of fat-soaked dementia, and he goes, "What's your complaint?" And I was just like, "Whatever." He's like, "Do you want to just pay the $7 ticket?" And I was like, "It's about the principle." And he's like, "Okay, like we'll throw it out." He was so nice. I feel
Like,
bad for him.
I just want to go to lunch.
Re-elect
I
him.
just want to go to lunch, buddy. Like,
Re-elect him
we
because
really don't care about your $7 ticket.
he did not go to law school to deal with me that morning.
Not over $7.
Yeah, $7. It like was 7, blew up to 20, and he's just like, "Do you want to just pay me the original 7?" I was like, "No, that's not what Thomas Jefferson would want."
Actually, yes, he would have.
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe, but it's not about me or my fighting over $7. Josh, you what year did you graduate?
17. 2017.
Oh, you a young buck. I knew you were young,
I'm
but a
really
young
young.
buck. You 26?
25.
25. My lord. My lord. And
Yeah, he complimented me earlier. He goes, we were talking, and he goes,
you look really good for 83 years old, Al.
I said to him, I'm just a little older than you, bud. Yeah, he's like, I can tell. I'm like, all right, get the fuck out, dude. You know,
25.
You got the gray hair. You got no hair. I
Yeah.
gotta know.
25.
Yes,
Man, I filled out the paperwork for you. Your birthday's in January?
correct.
that's why we get along.
So you're only
New
only
year,
25
new
and a
age.
half, man.
You January
Yeah, January 4th.
10th.
There you go.
Cheese and rice. So this is not your current this current battle, I guess is the phrase, is not your first run in with the big C, and we're not talking, my favorite C word. The when was your first moment of encountering the big C?
My very first time.
Yes.
I had a lump in my neck senior year. It was pretty big.
So 2016 into 17.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I never got it checked out. I got it checked out by my pediatrician or whatever. He said just acne. So I was like, all right, acne goes away. So 2 years later, after college, come home, finally get to see a dermatologist. And
Wow.
he's like, yeah, this isn't acne. What? And then here goes all these appointments.
It's only 24 years when, wow. Or 24 months between like initial
Yeah.
diagnosis where you were enough to be like, yo, there's something going on.
There was definitely, but I mean, I had no like symptoms
I
other
was
than
gonna
that
say, we
limp
haven't
had
any
for
symptoms,
that I
okay.
knew of for a while until like I had like night sweats pop up and all. That was the big
Retroactively, do
one.
you think you might have had some symptoms you didn't really catch on to at the time?
Probably.
Okay.
If I did, I can't remember them now either.
Okay.
And that one, I had to go through chemo about 6 months.
So it was cancer,
Yeah.
like full fledged.
Yes.
What was the official diagnosis? with
Hodgkin's
that?
lymphoma.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Was that like the lymph node
Yeah, lymph
reacting?
nodes,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
It's like a blood cancer.
Yeah.
Lymph nodes, all that.
And that's
How long did you do chemo for that?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
And then after that,
It was
clean
done.
bill?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
6 months.
So when I had the lymph nodes on the neck, you did the treatments, they cut it out and all that.
Nah, it just went down.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It reacts like that. Holy shit! Like almost.
I
like
never expected to go down. I was like, hey, surgery's nice. It should go down. I had one
Really?
here. Apparently, I had like 12 more lined up across my chest.
Yeah.
I didn't know any. I couldn't see any of them.
My
But,
lord.
Yeah. Scans were worse than I thought they were.
And this is 18 to 20 at this point.
When I got the scans, it was 19.
So right for the pandemic.
Yeah, probably right. 18? Yeah, 19.
Did the treatment spill into the pandemic at all? Or
During the whole thing. Yep.
oh my lord!
Yeah, it was brutal. Stuck in my room.
Really?
Couldn't go out.
What?
I was
what
only
happened?
going out for treatment. Really.
So wait,
I mean, you couldn't even be interacting with the people in the household.
It was tough. No, not really. My dad works. He couldn't even go to his office, and he had to stay. It was rough.
Really?
Yeah.
So everybody was kind of quarantined
Yeah.
before quarantine was a thing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had a sign on our door that says, "Please quarantine, stay away."
Before the
oh,
Q
yeah.
word was even a thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
And
that probably
once we're
made
starting,
delivery people feel real.
Yeah,
at
they're like,
ease. Yeah.
that's
And how long were you like officially quarantined for?
I would say, so the first I would say probably 5 months of it.
5
4
months.
Wow.
The first 2 months were pretty
It's a lot of
low.
Fortnite.
And it was
Yeah.
full-fledged chemo.
It was dude. I tell you, Fortnite was the only thing I could do.
I'm gonna say, like, what else? Like, what do you do for 4 months? So, like, tell me what you did to like really pass the time.
I got into writing. I started writing books.
You did tell me
Like,
that earlier, yeah.
I made my own world. I hated my world I was in, so I just created my own.
Fucking A.
Pretty smart. That's
Yeah.
kind of a smart thing to like.
I mean, it's a pain in the ass because
And how old were you at the time?
I was 20. I had cancer when I turned 21.
Okay.
Yeah, I had one beer. That's all I could have my 21st. I went over to coaches for it too. So I'm
Hell yeah.
Great,
Also, a great sponsor.
great
of
place.
Delco Day fucking 4 through now, man. They've been great.
So real quick, while we move on, these are your updated Delco Day 9 sponsors. PGA Services, Painting and Contracting. The newest one added on today, Lou Turks. Actually, another new one, Tattoos by RC and Folsom, at Delco Establishment. BHCU, the Credit Union, Carezzi's Real Estate Team, one of the first to jump on the scene. Delco Steaks, returning Edge of Philly Sports. Wolf Superior Sandwiches, the Foundation for Delaware County Chamber of Commerce, Sneak Peek, who also we've been talking to. Can't wait that we saw the design.
My
for
God,
new
the shirts look great.
Shirts are gonna be great. Coaches, as Holbrook noted, Tito's Handmade Vodka.
I didn't know them.
What?
I didn't know them.
Huh?
I gave him a shout out.
He gave him the shout out.
Okay, right. Juice.
My first beer, 21.
I was having a senior moment.
My first beer.
Yeah.
Visit Delco Holiday Inn and Suites at the Drexel Brook Event Center. Delco Electric and Roma Deli, which is the first Delco Day 9 sponsor. So they get to hold that nice little title because they were the first one to jump on board. So if it wasn't for all these amazing sponsors and organizations helping us out, it's be really difficult to do. So thank you. And remember, shop and visit these places as much as you can and support Delco.
So your first beer at 21 at Coaches, was that January 2021 or 22?
20. It was 20.
Oh, right
Yeah,
before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So you literally dealt
I
with...
beat cancer in 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you...
Oh, so you had to go through a quarantine after being quarantined?
You did like
I was
spring
still
training
quarantined.
of fucking quarantine.
Yeah, like he's like, it's nothing, guys. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be worse, man, because during the pandemic, it was like, oh, man, it was like mid-March, and I'm like, oh, man, it was terrifying at first couple weeks. I'm like, all right, sometimes decompress, do what I want to do. But my Lord, by early June, I was like, I'm out of ideas. And that was only 2 months. I couldn't imagine having 5 months of that.
You lose your mind, man.
Yeah. Was it worse?
But it's fair enough. Like, at least like when you were quarantined, like you could be quarantined. Like if he was not sick, he'd be quarantined with family and had some people to interact with.
Yeah.
This, he couldn't even leave his room. Like, that's not to bring up bad moments, but like just to kind of really break it down for people to
was
truly
the
understand.
quarantine of 2019 into 20, was that worse because of the fear of missing out than the one where it's just like everyone's stuck inside now too?
I felt like my life was paused, like completely.
Yeah.
When I came back to work after I think I was out of work for 8 months, almost a year. And when I came back, dude, everything was different. Like I was like, oh, when did this get here? Who's this? Like,
Yeah.
dude, I was like so confused.
Especially that young, where it's just like, you only had, was that like one of your first like 5 jobs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
dude. That's a
Was it weird to like interact with people again? Like,
100%.
did it take you
Yeah.
time to recalibrate or
Dude,
reacclimate to the
I try to
situation?
avoid people sometimes. I'm like, if I haven't seen them in a while, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, the first thing that I ask
Do
her
you
how
like
I'm
people
doing.
walking down the street like, "Ew."
Yeah.
Was there any positives to it? Like you learned to just like like cut out some of the bullshit of your life, or like just cutting things short
Dude,
and
he
focus on
was
the important
20.
stuff.
How much bullshit did you
Yeah,
have
I
in
didn't
your
really have
life?
much.
Well, at 20, you still are coming off that like high school drama where it's just like every single thing
I came
means
home from
something.
college. I went to Coastal Carolina for
Oh shit. Okay.
a very short period of time, very very short. And I came home, started work for it was about a year, I would say, and then I got the diagnosis.
Hmm.
So I was barely into work yet. Like I just started this job.
Right.
Yeah, I was still part time. It
Okay.
was yeah.
You're still on your parents' policy, which I would
At
hope
that time, yeah.
cover some of
Yeah, at
this,
that
man.
time I was.
So you're 25 now.
Yes.
Is there? I mean, I'm not trying to fucking throw uh, thunderclouds over a parade, but is there worries about at 26 where that all changes?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm still dealing with what I'm dealing with now.
Yeah.
So like and this one's gonna be either 5 years or indefinitely just be on the medicine.
Gotcha.
So
Oh, really?
I don't know how much to
Well,
plan in
tell us.
advance.
Oh,
Like
we jumped ahead
yeah, I don't
like
know how
way too
much I want to
much.
plan in advance, and I don't know.
No, I just because is it the whole thing like you get kicked off your parents' health insurance at 26?
I
Or
have
they
my own
change
now
that?
anyway. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, that
okay,
was
all right,
yeah. I
all
got
right.
mine
That's
years back.
good.
Yeah.
So tell us about the current
No,
diagnosis.
no. Talk about the downtime beforehand because it leads up to it. So you got done it, and you actually, you have a tattoo of the day that it was
Yes.
over.
Yes.
Did you get it RC's by any chance?
No, I did
Did you
not.
get a Studio One?
Yes.
Okay,
My boy Nate Cook.
they're all boys. Um, so you got that, and what was the official date of when you were cleared?
April 24th, 20.
Oh, wow, right in the middle of the fucking
Yeah.
pandemic. Jesus Christ, like in the most disturbing part. Um, and damn it, Al, you threw me off.
I heard that was like,
Yeah. Would
No,
you?
actually, you threw you off. That was your voice.
How long after?
It was his
How
voice.
long after April 24th did you wait for that tattoo?
A few months.
Was it
I got
because
like right into it. Yeah.
was it because of the pandemic, or is it because you were
Yeah. As
just
soon as
like?
the pandemic was over, I got right into it.
And that date itself is the one where the doctor officially said it's done. You were, or is it the day you were done chemo?
The day I rang the bell. Chemo.
Oh
That's
shit!
my last chemo bag was the day I rang the bell. So
Gotcha.
after I got the last, it was the Friday. Got it. They gave me a little bell to ring.
What treatment center were you at?
Where was I? No. Yeah, Riddle.
Riddle?
Yeah.
Across the Grand Run?
Yes.
Pre-owned. You'll hear about that soon. Um, oh, so you didn't have to go that far.
Nah.
Oh, that's great, man. That's the one thing that like is like we said is like really cool for our areas. Like
Yeah, we got
Riddle has everything, but there's people when you go to Headstrong Houses and whatever, they're coming from rural Texas. They're coming from even places not too far from here you wouldn't even recognize.
North
Like,
Jersey.
like Northwest Jersey, place you kind of forget about. Like the Pocono area, they don't have specialized treatment centers.
I just think like short points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you live even an hour away, or at least an hour away, you could drive back and forth depending on all that stuff. But like you said, like with these treatments, they can be daily.
Yeah.
And not to be Mr. Doom and Gloom, but like it's not just about the schedule of treatments forever. It's to have the family on standby in case an important decision needs to be made, in case the treatment goes awry and they need a decision, in case there's a transplant situation. They're like, yo, got it. We got to get this going now. You can't be 3 hours away at that point. That's one of the main things they really help out with. But luckily, you are not in that situation.
Yeah.
So you were done April 24th, 2020.
Yes.
And the whole world was just you got it. You was our friend Josh Zahner always made a joke of he got out of jail like right around that time. He's like, "What the fuck? I get out of jail and all the world goes on house arrest."
Yeah.
So you got done quarantine, the whole fucking world goes under quarantine.
That's how it was.
So add basically 5 months to your sentence, if not more, beforehand. So you deal with that. Then when the world came easing out of the pandemic, were you back to work? So there was a signs of some normalcy and all that stuff.
Yeah, for a couple years I felt normal and no problems and all that. I had a couple checkups and all, nothing. Everything was clear. And then last year, October,
Okay.
I got I went to the doctor's appointment to do blood, and the numbers were way off. It was up in like the
Yeah.
600s, and you're technically no blood count was supposed to be like the 6 to 10 range. I was up in the
Jesus
600s,
Christ.
and that's when they sent me over to University of Penn. That's where I do my appointments now.
That's where we're at now.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there scheduled checkups going into that didn't pick it up, or you were just like, yo, I'm not trying to even deal with that bad news right now?
Yeah, technically there was supposed to, but I never went for like a year or two because I didn't really want to know, or
Yeah.
I just didn't
Mental,
want I didn't want to go
yourself
back
out
there.
of it.
mental
Yeah,
plausible
I didn't want to
deniability.
be like and then the year coming up to this year, I kind of knew I already had it because I felt all the symptoms then, and
Gotcha.
like
Yeah.
working, like I got doing work, I slept till I got to wake up to go work the next day.
Shit.
Like that's why my parents called on.
And you're just like, oh, hopefully it's Lyme disease or
Yeah,
something.
anything but cancer. But
Yeah. So you started seeing the same signs you saw beforehand, but it is a different diagnosis this time.
yes,
But the symptoms were essentially the same.
yeah, it's another blood cancer.
Okay.
So it's all same family.
So in October, you went in, numbers 600, 700, should be a fucking 6. And they sent you to Penn. What transpired from there?
I stayed in the hospital for about four days. It was because they were doing a bunch of tests.
Yeah.
Giving me more blood and just getting needles every 3 hours, man.
Ugh.
But I was there for about 4 days. They finally let me go with the diagnosis and medication I got to take daily, every day.
Daily?
Yeah, every day,
Okay.
once a day.
Mm-hmm.
What was the diagnosis this time?
CML, so chronic myeloid
leukemia.
Yes.
And that is so I actually looked it up the other day when I was like trying to write everything up. That is essentially a mutation.
Yes.
Is that a mutation from the diagnosis you had in 2019?
So they don't know.
Okay.
It can be off of the chemo.
Oh,
That's a theory, but they don't really know.
Kind of like how like MRSA is becoming stronger.
Yeah,
Because it's like, oh, you're getting these things to kill us. We're gonna adapt to.
well, yeah, they're confused because I got 2 cancers within like 5 years, which is very rare.
Oh.
And
because they're two separate.
yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
CML is like really for older people, like 65 and older.
Yeah.
And like I go in the doctor's office and I'm sitting there, the youngest person by at least 50 years.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, helping open the doors for everyone else. Like, but
Real quick, before we go any further, I want to just take care of a little business here. I want to remind you guys that this episode is brought to you by Fat Cow Jerky. That's right, Fat Cow Jerky, utterly perfect jerky. Some great flavors: jalapeno, garlic, honey habanero, pickle, one of my favorites. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, fatcowjerky.com. That's right, Fat Cow Jerky, utterly perfect jerky. Check them out, guys. Speaking of some great events come out because we talked about Delco Day, but before Delco Day on May 25th, head down to Dolan's in Ridley Park at 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park to be exact. It's always a great time to head down to Dolan's. They have a great new menu, which we'll talk about in a moment. But this one they have on Saturday, May 25th. It is their Dolan Spring Classic, Wiffle Ball Mania. That's right. You can play wiffle ball with Mickey Morandini and John Kruk, your favorite 93 Phillies, a little before Juice's time, but still some of the great
way
guys.
before.
Yeah, just a little bit before. But come on down, meet your favorite Phillies heroes of the past and current Phillies announcer John Kruk, as well as Mickey Morandini. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who former professional athlete's going to walk through the doors there. Great food now and great drinks. And here is their new menu, new hours at Dolan's. Tuesday evening from 6 to 10. Coincidence? I think not. Wednesday lunch, 11 to 1. Wednesday evening, 6 to 10. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, all 4 to 10.
No Sundays though. I was very bummed because I was actually trying to head there Sunday.
Yeah, but their burgers and stuff there, their smash burgers and wings are just phenomenal.
Their wings, like,
I'm not just saying that because they're a sponsor.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that because they really are really good food.
The one highlight of the pandemic was Dolan's wings, and I'm dead serious when I say that. People think that
That's right. He put them out during the
like you think that there's like good wings, there's wings and there's good wings and there's great wings. Those are like wings. Then there's fucking Dolan's wings, which are completely different in the best way possible. We're talking like elegant 5-star like level wings,
dry rub, like
for the price of regular wings.
Yeah.
Like, and also, I mean, go there. It's super fun, man. They take credit cards and all that shit now, dude. some of the coldest beer in this area. It's just you'll meet.
And some of the greatest people that go there, by the
Yes.
way. Best patron, one of the best patrons. I always go in there and welcome with hugs and hellos and everything by everybody. So it is a good place.
I'll go as far as say regular for regular, one of if not the best bar in Delco when it comes to running into the regulars there.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, sometimes
sometimes the regulars piss you off.
and or sometimes you get hurt at work, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, criminal law, all these life-changing events, things that you need a specialist, and that specialist is David R. Cherry, cherryinjurylaw.com. Call him at 610-565-0300. Call David R. Cherry for all your workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, and criminal law needs. Again, go to cherryinjurylaw.com or call him at 610-565-0300. And one other thing I want to mention, we mentioned Delco Day real quick. I completely forgot to mention the overall sponsor, Haberset.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how I did that.
They will cut my thumbs off and make them into scrapple.
They'll probably be very happy with us. And I want to thank Jenna and Monica over at PHL 17 for having these slobs that you see in front of you and allowed us in their beautiful studio.
Retroactively, I apologize for my smell that morning.
I apologize for his smell.
What about today?
Yeah.
No regrets today. New year, new me. I just decided to do it in the middle of May.
But great. They had a new studio. They just put together PHL 17, so we got to sit in there and hang out, do with them.
They just released it and it says Delco Duo talks about kissing classmates.
Yeah.
Like that's the title.
And then you see the four of us sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't gonna look like what people are thinking. It's gonna
And
happen.
there's probably 1,000 people that are a little curious because they're like, didn't Holbrook go to an all guys school?
Yeah. It makes more sense.
That is not the segment we were on.
Yeah.
I don't think, right?
No, we weren't on that.
I made a better graphic, but I mean, whatever.
Well, this is
real.
This is for right now. This is your lineup for Delco Day
Yeah.
for all the bands from 2 to 2, as we always say. Come on out at any point in time. You're going to see a lot of these great sponsors that came out to visit you, meet them. A lot of the great people at Delco. We had close to 2,000 people last year. I'm looking to surpass that again. So, guys, come on out to Delco Day. It is the party of parties of Delco. So, and speaking of, here is a peek into the Delco Day menu, Scrapple themed Delco Day menu, might I add. They will have Scrapple fries, which are amazing. If you've never had them, try them. Scrapple egg and cheese sandwiches, different options in that way. Scrapple sliders. And walking tacos, chicken, beef, or Holbrook. What's the other flavor?
That would be Haberset Scrapple.
Haberset, yes. Haberset Scrapple walking tacos.
Born in 1863 and perfected in a Doritos bag in 2024.
Yeah, so,
both in Delaware County.
do not schedule any doctor's appointments for the Monday after Delco Day.
Yeah.
Maybe wait at least till Wednesday to detox.
I dare gyms to start a halfway through the year, like halfway New Year's resolution, where they start giving out discount memberships after Delco Day, because that's going to be a lot of Scrapple. Well, what are we talking about, Al? Scrapple's actually healthy for you.
It's the best thing you could
It's
ever eat.
actually healthy for you.
It's
man.
muscle building.
Yes.
Muscle building.
It's protein.
We base it on no science whatsoever, but it's 100%.
You know, we heard about
In that
these.
case, I could use some.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think being Holbrook got all our mass?
True.
We've cultivated our mass over time.
What if, not to sound like Creed saying, what if, but what if, at the end of the day, cancer's been around since 1500s, probably before that. What if this event was one where we linked it up, we're like, holy shit, Scrapple cures cancer?
I'll test it out.
It's a bold statement, Cotton. It's a bold statement.
You know, we penicillin was created by a dude leaving bread out over a weekend. You never know how much this shit starts. Look at Independence Day.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum threw out a soda can wrong. He littered and saved the country. You never know.
Never know.
But anyway, we're at this point of the story about the signs started coming up. You kind of knew there were. Just for people listening, because you are one of two benefactors for this. The other one is Jess Carberry. She was 8.5 months preggo when she had the test for being pregnant. Is a beacon. Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate her.
Christopher Holbrook is a beacon of health, so we should probably believe it.
It's true.
I think she spelled the word help wrong. But
Yeah.
okay. But we'll go with that.
Beacon of hell.
Yeah.
It's her accent didn't pick it up. But
She
so
slurred at the end.
So Jess Carver is the other benefactor. She was 8.5 months prego when some tests started going awry, and ends up she had breast cancer out of nowhere. Had to pop out the kid, and then straight up, chemo,
Straight into it.
radiation, all that shit, immunotherapy. Because I'm sure that you would probably did some immunotherapy at some
I
point,
did
right?
not. I just did
Really?
chemo. Yes.
Maybe it's the radiation. One of them kills your immunity, like no matter what. So her big thing was just like, yo, tell this story and all this shit, but make sure that people get tested so they know the signs. In 2019, and when you said you kind of had a hint in 2022 or
Yeah.
23, what were some of the signs so people can be like, oh, that could be a sign without going on WebMD and getting some nonsense?
I would say fatigue is a really big one.
Like unexplained fatigue.
Yeah, if you just start walking, your leg just feel like jello right away. Like you just went 10 days straight on leg day.
And you're in like really good shape.
I would say
Like
so.
for me, walking a mile, I'd be like, I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm
I
carrying
can
my
I
I
walk.
just thought about taking a
Yeah.
walk and I'm out of breath.
Yeah, I don't walk if I don't have to, but yeah.
like unexplained fatigue.
Yeah,
Was that
fatigue.
Would you
night-
say you have to kind of be your own advocate after you're telling the other story about the doctor kind of just writing it off as acne?
Yeah, you should know your own body by a certain age.
Well, you were pretty young. At
Yeah,
that
I
point.
didn't. I like
Yeah.
even if I was sick, like I don't care. Like I barely took pills anywhere for a headache.
Yeah.
I just
You
went
thought
through it. Like
when you're
did you think like, I mean, you were young and I've known
oh,
you
I
and
had
heard from
no
you.
idea.
You enjoyed going. You're a very social person. You are in that age group, friend group that goes out and parties a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you think that maybe this is just like continued hangovers or something, or did you know like this is something different than what people my age group are dealing with right now?
See, the first time I didn't know. I seriously was
Okay.
clueless. Like I don't know if the hangover's longer than others or not. I didn't know. I just felt like shit. That's all.
Was there anything you did subliminally to be like, I'm actually trying to deduce out if this is partying and catching up with me, or if this is something I should?
Not. I mean, the recent cancer diagnosis. Yes,
Okay.
I knew.
Because the first one you had the
Yeah,
actual physical fucking sign.
Yeah, and my doctor told me it was acne. So I was like, all right, whatever.
That's
I
fucked
had
up.
acne all over, cysts, everything.
Anything? I mean, not to get like cynical. Anything happened to that doctor who kind of was?
I never went back. I
lackadaisical?
don't know.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him,
I was always wondering, like, if you could,
Yelp review.
yeah. Did they like give you like a prescription or anything, or a referral to like go follow up on it? You didn't, or they were just like, no, it's acne, whatever.
They said acne. You can see dermatologist if you want, but I didn't see anything about
Gotcha.
it.
What was the actual event that triggered you 2 years later to go into the dermatologist?
It was just time. My acne was getting bad. Like I got tired of it. I'm like, I'm
so
tired
you
of looking at it.
like a
So,
different
yeah, I'm like,
situation.
it was all my cheeks. I was like, all right, I gotta finally get something to fix my
Gotcha.
face,
So the doctor could have been right. He'd be like, yeah, you got some bad acne.
I mean, he could have
That's
been,
probably
yeah,
just
but he was completely wrong.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, right.
well, it's one of those things.
It's wrong
where-
about one part.
I mean, he might have been right at the time. My
Yeah.
doctor said he might have not have been there 2 years ago
Mhm.
when you got checked or not. He doesn't really know.
And also, it's like one of those things. He's probably right 99.9% of the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I'm the point.
yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so it was just all that.
Yeah.
So in 2023, you basically were just like, oh, I'm feeling like that again.
Yeah, I knew about it.
And I guess the CML
Yes.
doesn't carry like a physical thing. Like there was no like physical.
No.
Okay. And then yeah, you went in 4 days in the hospital, poked and prodded. They came back. Did they have a treatment plan then, or like?
Yeah, straight to the pills.
Straight to the pills.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like your high school again, Holbrook.
Yeah. Except not quite as fun. I think I might just be talking out my ass here. I'm pretty sure this is the thing that Roman Reigns has.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like he retired, stepped away for a while. And
Yeah,
they're
and
like,
he came back, started wrestling. He still has it.
Yeah. And he came back with like all of his hair. I'm like, no physical symptoms. He's obviously in great shape. And then yeah, they said
the pills don't really take your hair. Some people it happens, but nah, not for me or most people.
How long? And so, did you start that in October of last year?
Yes, I started right away.
And this, I mean, without getting it, because it's going to apply to many people listening to this, is that covered by insurance?
Yes. Well, my insurance. Yes.
Your insurance. Not everyone's or
No,
whatever.
no.
Okay, and it's a pretty pricey one too. As opposed to
Yeah, they're expensive.
so they mentally see it as past the experimental phase, like this is like a proven thing.
Yes.
And you are stuck on it. You said, is it still daily or is it
I
monthly?
take the pill every day.
Every fucking
Yeah.
day. My lord.
Side effects?
There's a bunch. I haven't really gotten too crazy. Some like stomach pains, constipation is the worst one ever.
Was it
Really?
worse in the
Like,
beginning?
we
Or
talking like
constipation was
days
the
or
worst one
like
during chemo. I had to go to the hospital because I was bent over. I couldn't even
it
move.
wouldn't come out?
Yeah, I had to get like enema.
Like multi-day like stuff?
Oh yeah, it
Jesus
builds up.
Christ.
And are you still getting after now? How long have you been on this medicine for now?
Since October, so
Are you still getting the same ones? Or is that more in the beginning stuff?
it's the same ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is there a point where it like plateaus and moves on to a different
there's different
dose?
milligrams.
Okay.
I'm on the 100. I'm on the 70s. There's a bunch of different levels and how it affects your certain body, the blood, and all that.
Does it move up, or kind of like
What, the pills?
yeah, like the milligrams, like
Yeah,
Like if I did an
there's-
Oxy 40,
yeah.
it wouldn't hit me as hard as an Oxy 8.
Yeah,
It would hit me
yeah.
harder than an Oxy
you can put it
80.
like that. Yeah, one stronger than the other
Gotcha.
for cells inside.
gotcha.
Well, just to add a little bit of fun to this, I think one of my favorite things ever was when Dolan's had Quizzo, and they did an entire 10-question segment that was all based off of drug math. And you just saw like everyone just like, I'm like, I got this.
Yeah, everybody became a mathematical genius.
Yeah.
They were just doing simple questions, and then everybody
You,
was
you
stumped.
could have Alan Turing and fucking Isaac Newton in there, and they'd be like, well, what's this? And they'd be like, no, I'll tell you all about how much a gram costs. Okay, so you are on still the original. So you said it's either a 5-year plan
Yeah,
or whole life, or
Yeah, I go to doctors. First it was like every month. Now I'm down to 3 months.
every 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got an appointment in 2 weeks, and hopefully after that one will be every 6 months
Oh, shit.
checkups. Yeah. And then that's how it's pretty much going to go for as long as it really goes.
What do they check? Just like any progress, if it stays
blood.
neutral.
It's all about the blood, pretty much. They check.
Is there like an end game? Like they want like a certain number? They want it back into like the 6
they
or
want
7?
the cancer out of the body.
Yeah,
I don't know how that
I
happens.
was going to say like, that seems like pretty
yeah,
straightforward end game.
I don't know
there.
how that really happens. It comes down to medication.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
I
out of my
don't
wheelhouse.
understand how that happens.
I don't
like-
either. I don't
Well,
understand.
that's what they're checking. It's like it has things regulated. And I guess like once it gets down, they still have to see it stay down too.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
That's why
I'm
it's
just
more
kind of-
controlled. It
yeah.
says control. It's very
Yeah.
controlled.
And then they'll probably start to wean you down, I would imagine, to see how if those numbers start to fluctuate again. Is there any like other restrictions with the medicine, like food or like you can't like I know some medicines you can't get a lot of sun with it or something like it could cause melanin issues or whatever.
The worst part, no alcohol.
Yeah, dude. And you were, I mean, you are, I'm just going to speak out of pocket. It seems like a very popular person, like out in that area and the bar scene. And one of the, especially for your age, very respectable individual. Like, I would not say a drinking prom, man. You were a drinking solution.
Yeah, I was solution. I'll take that one.
Yeah, you were good with it, man. You're a tough
were
loss to the
drinking
drinking team,
solution.
man.
I was good with it until I fell asleep and started walking everywhere.
Fucking, that happens. That fucking happens. You didn't drive into a fucking first grade class. You walk.
Were you sleeping?
I went to bed.
Were you sleepwalking to Wawa?
That's too far of a walk.
Okay.
It's only 2 blocks, but still too far sleeping.
And it happened. I mean, dude, that happened. Yeah, that's a rough loss to the fun drinking team in this area, man.
Mhm. It's rough, man.
Do you plan on just like, let's say that shit goes away in the 5 years or beforehand? Do you plan on sticking with that, or are you just
Nah,
looking forward
plan
to
on
that goddamn
shotgun
beer?
right away, probably.
Fucking
Take
A.
a couple shots. Probably be sleeping an
Yeah, I
hour.
don't know. Yeah,
I'll be sleeping an hour.
I was gonna
to
say like a
celebrate.
couple shots might be all you need for,
That's yeah. I'll
for
be out.
24 hours.
I'll be
you know?
good.
Definitely probably gonna start off as a new time
Yeah.
lightweight.
That's a rough loss.
Probably even
man.
lighter than the first time you've ever drank.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
That's the one thing I don't miss is hangovers. I wake up, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm already walking.
yeah.
I remember those days.
Instead of
Third
hitting
grade was
snooze
good.
20 times, like,
You wake up on time?
yep, 5
Good for
o'clock
you,
every
man.
morning now.
Jesus Christ, dude! I'm usually.
Holbrook can't do anything on time. He can't even be late on time.
Yeah, I got here
Like, it's
before you.
terrible.
I went to bed at 5:03 a.m. this morning. And I had to be up at 8. So yeah, that's one thing between talking to you, especially with this, and Jess Carberry, the other benefactors, similar ages and whatnot. the real things it steals from your time. Like there's even headstrong videos. Sometimes they can be sometimes generic, and they're just like, it affected my family, it affected this, whatever. You don't really miss out on like the simple things, especially in Delaware County, that are a big part
Yeah.
of the communal society growing up, like drinking. Like you're off booze for a little bit. She was 8.5 months prego, so
So she
the
had to
treat,
become
She was
a
already
new mom
yeah.
on
yeah.
top of
And
Yeah,
what's
that's
the
rough.
thing you
That's
need the
rough.
most when you're when you got a new kid?
Energy.
And she
Energy.
has no energy.
I mean, as a new mom, I mean, first part, it's probably one of the hard things when you're pregnant to see that, like, because they're always getting very tired.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
lethargic,
That's hard to tell. Yeah.
You know, and I've actually have met patients who have gone through this, and you know, they use the term pregnancy brain, where you get a little loopy, and that's what they
Yeah.
kind of chalked it up as, and then they found out it was more than that. So yeah, and like you said, yeah, you need energy, you need to be awake, you want to, and it's not just like, oh, I need energy to take care of my kid, but like the first year, couple of years is crucial for both you and the
Yeah.
kid from a bonding
Yeah.
standpoint, from a growth standpoint,
And imagine
and
you're
you can't get it back. Like, it's, as a guy who has 4 kids, I know what it's like. Yeah.
and imagine like, you're out for X amount of months on maternity leave, right? But that ain't even maternity leave no more. That's because you got fucking cancer
Yeah.
and
It
shit.
goes from maternity to
Yeah.
disability.
It ain't helping. Yeah, it ain't what the maternity's built for. And then you got she it's her second kid. She had another like fucking 2-year-old. Terrible twos, a youngin. You got cancer. Husband's still got to work because there's got to be some money coming in, all that shit.
That's
Yeah,
rough.
that's a rough
Yeah,
one.
there is
man.
a lot of like, I mean, things that if you sat and thought about it, it probably makes a lot of sense. But like, you probably don't, like Holbert said, like people kind of can't work. Okay, can get money.
Yeah,
You know, they don't think about. Anyway, I in my work, I deal with a lot of people who get injured and or miss like a lot of time from work, and
Yeah.
little things like when I talk to them, then like they're like I have to discuss with them the changes in their lives, and they get a little weird about it because they don't feel like people will care as much as that they say, I can't go. Like, one lady would tell me, goes, I really, this is kind of weird, but I like to go dancing. I used to dance all the time, but I can't do it now because I hurt my foot. You know what I mean? Like, I know it seems silly and simple, but it was something that I really enjoyed. And like you said, like your time was young and during your most
My prime years.
it's not like your socializing years, you know,
Yeah.
getting to know, like, because at that 20s age, like 20s to 30s, really when you start to build the friendships that are going to maybe live into the rest of your life, versus like, you know, high school and grade school where people could come and go, and
Yeah.
you may never see
and you got
again.
triple robbed of it. That's the annoying thing. 2 diagnoses and the pandemic.
Yeah. It was.
Like fuck that. And you're one of the good ones where it's just like I mean, you still had a great fucking 20s, and
Oh yeah.
you'll have great 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, and
Definitely
I
looking
don't know
forward
if
to
any
them.
of us are gonna live to 70, but
I doubt I will. Tell you that.
I don't know, I'm barely gonna live through the night. The
Maybe,
fuck was I doing
by the
with this?
smell, he may be already gone. We're not
Yeah,
sure.
I'm
He's
rotting
stinking me up.
inside.
Yeah.
Rotting inside. I feel bad for WHYY who had to deal with the smell today. I knew there was a reason we didn't do it in the studio. We did it in the hallway.
So we're gonna do this by the window.
Yeah. And the dude, yeah, when Danielle was actually telling me, she's like, you should get him on her show, and she was saying, he had to stop drinking because of this. I'm like, holy shit! And I was like,
I love how that's what hits him.
That,
That's what hit him.
yeah, no, I fucking know him.
that's
like,
what hit me.
yeah,
When the
dude.
doctor told me about the pills and all that, and he said no drink and all, I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Al is actually my doctor, or one of them, and I think it was last year or 2 years ago. More than once.
Disclaimer, I know I'm not.
More than once, I've gone to him and he's prescribed or he's gotten me something.
All right, can we stop that conversation just like that? Because you're alluding. Again, it sounds terrible the way you're saying it when it's not true.
He has recommended to the proper doctor what needs to be prescribed to me, and Al would go out of his way to make sure that I can drink on it.
The first, I don't even know. What he's pretty much trying to say is, like, if he has to take something, he doesn't have to even ask me. I'd be like, yes,
Yes, you could drink on it. It's
Don't
just
worry
like, can I? And it's like, drink on it. Yes. And this one, yes, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, technically, my doctor said you
And
can
I'm
have
like,
like
oh,
one
but-
drink.
And by the way, you're like, you can shower on it too. And he still doesn't need that warning.
One thing at
I
a
can
time.
shower?
Yeah,
I'm
one thing
all
at a time. It was raining earlier, dude. I'm good for this month.
Yeah. It'll be Delco Day. It'll be May 31st.
So Josh, you've been to at least 2 Delco Days. How many was it total?
3. I think I got 3 wristbands in my room.
Oh,
still
you
hanging
keep
up. I
them.
remember them.
Dude, we love the
got
fact that I
Perfect
still
size.
see people this day with Delco Day 2 and 3 wristbands.
I'll never
on.
wear it, but I still got them.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you sweat.
I was
I
standing.
don't like wristbands.
It's not
I was
my
at-
color.
I was at the Giant in Alden one day, just picking up some stuff for dinner, and there's this guy had a school bag on, and the loop on the back that you hang on the hook, they
It's there.
they must have like somehow sewed it on there or whatever. And they had like 4 or 5 Delco Days. I'm like, nice wristbands. He's like, all right, old man, get out of here. I guess I didn't design them, but all right, dude.
You have a remotely interesting story about the infamous glow sticks that get thrown out these at these Delco Days. What I believe that was Delco Day 4 at Marty McGee's, possibly 6.
It was at Marty's. I don't know. I got
Post pandemic, it would have been 6.
Joe
or
Little's
7,
saying, don't take him to a bar after this, Holbrook.
That's my old man.
Oh no, I'm going straight home, man. I got to pay parking tickets in the morning.
Joe-
Your dad is legitimately one of the funniest people I've ever fucking met in my entire life, dude. He's one of the few people who've literally like got me lightheaded from laughing and almost peed
Yeah,
myself.
he's a mess. I'll tell you
The
that.
light-
Exactly.
He's a good mess.
Oh, he's the perfect mess.
The lightheadedness is probably for many other things, not just the laughing.
Oh my god, we played one of like a fake Pictionary. We had to
Oh, that
spell
was
things out with like
hilarious.
it was alliteration basically. It was like just as many things you can spell with L that begin with L or whatever. And for some
was a
reason
topic
it
game,
was
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Something about blowjobs
Oh.
and G. And he went on this fucking 30-point tirade about Gloria gagging on a gluck gluck while gagging like whatever.
Just
It was like,
on and on with
what
G
the
words,
fuck?
man.
I've never seen someone win an hour-long game in the first round. But gagging on a gluck gluck will always right here. What did Danielle say? What do I have to pick up? No, the toilet paper won't be there tomorrow. That's what you're wondering.
We love Josh, whether he's drinking Wildwoods or drinking water. A loss to the drinking team is nothing compared to an overall team. It takes a lot to put your health first. Holbrook.
Love you, Danielle.
Tolerate you, Danielle.
Wait till I get home, Danielle.
Rather be on the wildwood side than the water, but
Yeah, that's a rough one.
I'm on the wild side, but not the.
I mean, we'll support. I mean, I support the hell out of you, man. If you so that actually leaves a question, man, and this is multi-applicable, not even to diagnosis or any of that stuff. It may be people who are coming out of rehab or whatever. What do you do at this age in Delco with drinking off the table? Like, have you put any thought into
No,
it?
Holbrook
or
really
like-
wants to know because he
Yeah.
has no clue that there's actually something you can do.
I can
Dude,
safely tell
I
you.
don't. It's
Have you like really like thought into it or like looked into it or like
not as much. I just try avoid bars as much as I can.
Yeah,
But parties wise, like I feel weird now going out to parties, like and all these like vacations I used to have planned. Like there are drinking spots.
yeah, they
Like
are.
I'm not going there.
Even
now,
the vacation
like,
I've been on you were most
yeah, like, all my vacations
surrounding.
were drinking spots. Like
And does it add like does it? I mean, just to get personal, because people are listening. Or whatever,
Yeah.
Does it? Are you nervous about that stigma where like if you meet someone at a party and they're like, "Why aren't you drinking? What are you like a Mormon or
dude,
something?" And you got to be like, "Yo, I'm battling some fucking lymphoma."
I still go to coaches all the time for lunch or whatever, and so
Yeah.
many people come in like, "You drinking water?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Why? What are you here for?"
And then you
And
got to
I'm
drop
like,
that fucking real bomb.
Yeah, and
you can't
they're hammered. Like, how am I gonna explain yourself? I just want water today, dude. That's
Have you like tried to? I want to say find another vice, but like
I was thinking that too, man.
like,
on the way
well,
here.
no, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm a foodie now. Like I wasn't really much like I can
Nah,
eat
see,
generally.
nah,
Now I'm like,
so with the pills, appetite gets in. Like it's
yeah, I didn't think about that.
It's rough, man.
Oh, does it
like,
kill the appetite?
Yeah,
Ah,
at
man,
least for
that's
me, it
annoying,
is.
dude.
Yeah,
I can tell you like a thing not to pick up is having children.
yeah. I don't plan on picking up a girl anytime soon
Yeah.
either.
I didn't either, but she hasn't left my house yet.
So with like the
I
whole,
don't leave mine.
Yeah.
because you're I mean, you clearly got a great sense of humor and like it's fun and like I could imagine that would be a rough moment where like you run
Yeah,
into
it was
someone,
a whole
you meet
part
someone,
of me just gone.
like, hey, you want a shot? And be like, nah, I can't. Be like, what are you
Mhm.
driving or pregnant? And you'd be like, I'm fucking battling leukemia right now. And she's like, oh, and then like all of a sudden you're like, this. Do you ever feel like you're just like, oh, now I'm the
And
sad
then
puppy?
it gets all heart to heart.
Yeah,
Like,
and
dude
you're just like, I
having
don't want that.
Yeah, he's
man.
having a blast. He just wants to. Oh man, I'm sorry.
That's gotta
No, you-
suck. Dick,
That's the
dude.
worst. That's why I hate going out. Like,
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
You don't even want to bring it up. You're just like,
Nah,
I don't
if
know. I don't blame you. Like I can get why you're like, I don't need the pity train to roll in the station either.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, I can't
had
have
Just
fun.
treat me like a guy. I'm just a guy. I'm juice.
like
Here
I had a birthday party the other day, and a couple of close friends knew about it, but the other people, I'm like, do they even know about this? Like, I'm not bringing it up. Hopefully, they don't bring it up. I'm like, stay away from me. Don't
Yeah.
ask.
Ian, I get your point, but he just doesn't want to be around it because it's too tempting. I guess is also
Yeah,
another.
it's also Delco where you can be like, oh, you got to risk it if you want the biscuit. They call David
No,
Cherry.
we don't
condone that,
We don't
but-
condone that at all,
but
Holbrook.
if
So
you-
you're gonna stop saying that. So shut your freaking mouth.
But if you do, call David Cherry at 610-350.
But you're not going to do it because
You're not gonna do it.
We
You're not
don't
gonna do it.
condone
You're not
that
gonna
at
do
all because that would be stupid.
David Cherry told me to stop encouraging these things.
Yeah, we don't. He's like, you don't need to encourage people to do stupid things.
But then it's even
They
more
do it
annoying
anyway.
because
they happen just to
They
do
do
it
it
on their
anyway.
own.
has it. So hopefully no one has been like, well, you're just going to come out and be our designated driver yet. Right?
People like my close friends say, "Oh,
Okay.
now you can drive around." And I'm like,
Oh, good.
But they're,
Good.
jo- but they're
It's fair enough.
Yeah,
joking.
like, close friends,
right?
I get
All
it.
right, Yeah.
Oh,
if
good. It's
someone,
fair
like-
enough, I can't do it, but now I got to be your chaperone.
Yeah,
Thanks.
right.
yeah, like I got to deal with you and drive around. all
Yay,
these
free
people.
labor.
Like if someone randomly texts me, "Yo, I'm going out tonight. You just want to drive?" Blocked right away. Like I'm not dealing with you.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
right, dude. What's the most uncomfortable position you've gone into when you've told people about this diagnosis when you were out in public or whatever?
Oh, there you go.
It-
Can you bring up,
are there
can,
people?
can you bring up that awkward moment again? Like you really didn't want to
No,
relive
no,
it?
no. I'm talking like not just like what like have you encountered anyone who you've been like, I'm not drinking because of this, and then they like become a doctor and like, oh, let me tell you how you beat this with your chakra oils.
Well, yeah. If I don't tell them about the diagnosis,
Yeah.
they come up with all these stupid ideas. Like, "Oh, you should do this. You can do it. Good for you." Nah.
You should just smoke
Chunk
weed.
some olive
It'll-
oil.
It'll make it all go away.
I mean, that's good medicine for me.
yeah.
If you inject bleach, it'll help. Trust me.
Did you ever eat the scales of a goldfish? I'm just saying.
I probably won't try it, but
Yeah.
let me know how it is.
That, yeah, that's a rough one. I mean, hopefully you're done within the 5 years. If not, at 5 years, we will beer bong.
Oh, it's gonna be a good
We'll
time
beer
for an
bong.
hour.
Yeah.
I'll last an hour.
I mean,
Yeah, it'd be like getting out of prison and meeting that first girl.
Yep.
It's gonna be the best 30 seconds of sports, hon.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes out, done.
Hits that cold air. Hey!
I mean, honestly, I mean, you're also still you're only 25, so like I am seeing things about where like people are moving away from drinking culture anyway, younger on, because I mean it's expensive to drink now.
Oh hell yeah! My bank account's looking good,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but then I'm
He's
spending
gonna
on
be
more.
like good. He's gonna be in good health, and he's gonna have a lot of money. And he's
Yeah.
gonna have like these cool new hobbies, and everybody else is gonna be like, just like
Me.
I'm overweight.
Hold
I was gonna cut you off, Al. I haven't.
You'll be the
I'm
one calling.
Holbrook
You'll be the one
now.
calling me. Yo, can you pick me up? I'm like, nope.
Yeah, the
I wasn't drinking. Can you just pick me up? I just can't walk any further. I'm cramped up.
No, but I mean, I saw a thing of just like music venues are taking an all-time hit because people aren't drinking there
Yeah.
anymore, man. And especially, I mean, I'm not saying different vice or whatever, but they're saying like edible culture's taking over, other options like that are taking over, and like the bar scene is hurting. So I mean, you're in a generation
Well,
where it's going to be
and go to-
phasing out soon
Oh, yeah.
anyway.
And go to a concert or a sporting event. I mean,
Yeah, like I can't.
it's like 15. It's like
Yeah,
it's at least $20 for one of those tall cans now. It's like ridiculous.
Philly's really
Somebody was
rough
trying
with
to
it,
tell me.
too.
I don't know this is true because I haven't bought one yet. But the baseball bats. They're talking about they're like $89.
Get the hell out of here.
89.
I don't believe
there's
that.
no
That's
way.
I don't
really
believe
fucking
that.
Unless it's
Yeah.
free refills, then
Yeah. No, I somebody told me the other day. I'm like,
I'd say
no.
$80 for 5 of them, dude.
I'm gonna
Like,
see if I can Google it.
$80 buy for 3.
Booze-
They're probably each like $25.
damn, that's still a lot.
Oh,
I mean,
it's,
booze is
I would have to imagine
expensive,
they're
but
probably
not-
closer to 40s just because of.
Yeah, well,
if a
think
can, if
about
a
it.
tall can of beer is $20-ish.
Yeah, true.
16. I don't think anything at like Wells Fargo or Citizens Bank Park is north of
Then-
16, but that's still a fucking lot.
All right, I'm
it's-
seeing 27 now
For what?
for the bats. Hold
The
on.
bats are that much?
Ah, it makes sense, dude. If a tall can of beer
Yeah.
is 16, you think that the souvenir giant plastic bat's not going to be?
The tall beers are 25 though. 25 ounces. I
Can you
mean.
get refills with them?
Yeah, but the
That's the
beer. I
question.
think I'm trying to find out if it tells you how big it is. Keep going. Keep talking.
No, I mean like
He's like,
It still adds
I
up,
need to
man.
know.
it still adds up. And like drinking, I mean, even if you go inflation wise and all that stuff, when I was 25, dude, it is a lot more.
Everything adds up, dude.
nowadays,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Like I said, I have 4 kids, but my two are older, so I took a few of them and my wife to the Phillies game the other night, and I'm not talking about tickets or anything. It was a $400 night
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to park to
Eat.
my one son wanted to I'm talking their generic pizza, not like I went and got Manco's or any of the other bigger name stuff. And it was like another $20-some for that with 3 fries next to it. Like it is ridiculous. Like I love going to baseball games. I would love to take my kids to games more, but I don't have $400 to drop, a couple times a month to do so. And that's before I buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Like dude, I mean, drinking's a big part of my life and all that stuff. I think without just dwelling on it, I sound like it's fucking like Oprah, literally just like, here's another reason you should be sad. But the way I realize it too, like people like my age and generation is when I went to Delaware County Community College, you had to smoke cigarettes to like mingle.
Oh yeah, like there's certain groups you got.
Yeah.
Certain things you got to do.
Like, and you could hang around the smokers without smoking, but like,
but you
like,
occasionally like, all right, let me get it dry.
Yeah, right.
All right, so I got.
And you're gonna smell like it anyway.
Yeah.
But dude, I can appreciate the struggle.
It is rough.
So the towering mug flows with 24 ounces of beer, which isn't as much as I thought.
That's
it was.
less than the 25-ounce Bud Light seltzers.
They recommend Lining Kugel's Juicy Peach. I guess it looks like the right color. And will run $25, and it's an extra $10 if you want the home plate stand. So for another $10, a little mini home plate stand it sits in, so it'll stand up on its own.
She's only 35.
Is the plate edible?
I mean,
you can shove it up your ass when you're done with it. There's always that possibility. Look at us. Everything's edible if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
Does it come with refills or
no?
That's
I'm not saying anything that says.
So
it
you're gonna walk around with 3 bats.
It's the souvenir thing. It's like it's like why buy the giant soda at the stadium because I want the big cup with the guy on the side of it. I got about 90 of those at my house. Like I think they're my main cups we use when I want to go sit down and watch a game because I don't want to fill up my cup 5 times.
You want a life hack on that? If you're in an opposing stadium, talk shit to the beer person.
Okay.
So I was in Madison Square Garden.
Please explain. It was like underwear. There was nothing in between.
I was in Madison Square Garden, right? And I was in the fucking Chase Bridge, which is actually where they took the rafters, where they retired the jersey numbers and like all that shit, and they actually put seats on them, and they overlooked what would be the basketball court and the
sounds like
the
somebody
ice.
with vertigo would not like.
I hate heights, but this was actually a really cool thing. Except for concerts suck ass at it. If you were watching a sports game, it'd be kind of fun, but concerts sound like shit up there. But whatever. So you're up there and you're stuck going into the same things that the boxes use because you're up that high. And I went in there and I was sitting on the Chase Bridge and I went in there and I was a big Flyers fan, big hockey fan. And I said, why the fuck did you retire Adam Graves' number? He wasn't even that fucking good. They said, what are you, a Flyers fan? And I said, yeah, dude. It'd be like us retiring RJ Umberger's number. And he goes, he wasn't that bad. I'm like, yeah, dude, you want to whip out Hockey Reference? And then he pours out my beer that was in a regular cup and gives me a Rangers commemorative cup. And he's like, this is what I'm fucking giving you. You're drinking out of this tonight. Enjoy that Rangers logo. And I was like, commemorative cup?
So should I ban me off the Phillies games just so I get Phillies cups?
Yeah, be like, what are you, a Phillies fan? Fucking loser. I'm a Pats fan.
As a wear throwback Trey Turner jersey.
Yeah. No, not that one. I want the Harper one. Yeah.
I already have 2 of the Trey Turners.
Yeah, just talk shit on them. You'll get them.
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium. You know what's crazy?
Remember that, dude? We had the. Did that guy throw chicken at us? Was that with you? Were you with me when we were at the Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
Chicken.
We were going up to this first part. Yankee Stadium, the new one especially.
Hate it.
Overrated. Like completely overrated.
The old one was too.
It was better than this one. The food, like they talk about this food in New York, it's pedestrian at best.
One thing I'll give Yankee Stadium though is like I will always defend this one and that one. Philadelphia. We're Philadelphia. We're not New York. We're not LA. Whatever. New York or Yankee Stadium keeps their beer pretty fucking affordable, especially by New York standards. A beer there is $6-7. Here, 13. Like why is it cheap?
See, and that's the funny part. Like, would they? I don't know if they I would probably spend more at the Phillies games if things were cheaper. And it's kind of like that's dumb. Like, all right, if it's too much to spend $400 that way.
Yeah, people they cut themselves off after a certain amount. Yeah.
You're gonna cut yourself off. I'm not gonna go stand in a big line for a $27 beer. I'm like, why would I want to do that? And on top of it, I'm gonna go to more games. So if I go to more games, I'm going to buy more because that's going to happen. It's really kind of stupid how they kind of have that set up. Like, I remember, like, I was talking to somebody the other day. I have this sign or picture I made, kind of like a frame I made in my basement from 2008 and 9. I have all the tickets because that's when they actually gave you tickets back in the day of around a rally tale. And I'm sitting there, man, I went to a lot of games, and I'm like, funny thing is, in about a 25% of that, like if I went to that 25% of those games, I would have spent 10 times more money than I spent there. Like that's what, 15-ish years ago. So that's pretty crazy.
I found my ticket the other day from when we clinched the playoff berth in 2008 when the infamous Brad Lidge is going to blow that save, and all of a sudden the double play out of nowhere against the Nationals. I got my ticket for that the other day. I'm going to frame it.
Yeah, that's the other thing is if you want the tickets, like I do, like I used to collect. I'm like, I want to collect them. I stopped collecting them because they charge you like $5 a ticket.
Yeah, to print them out. Yeah,
let's print them out.
I'm like, what?
Print them out, man. All PDFs everywhere in that fucking thing.
Yeah. You get like
screenshot.
I'll get like a TV that's just a monitor that just has the pictures of all my
screenshot printing out
of all my my digital pictures
with like the Harris promos from like years ago.
Yeah, that's one of the few things. Like, here's the thing: is I
joined Bitcoin.
Like the plus minus of here's old man yells at cloud memo. The plus minus of the digital ticket. Plus is you won't lose it. The minus is if you like the keepsake stuff. Like, I know Holbrook's been to more concerts in one year than I've been in 10 lifetimes.
Yeah. We're almost at 500.
Did you actually collect your tickets, Holbrook?
No,
you weren't.
No.
Okay.
Remember that dark period between like 2010 and like maybe 4 years ago, where it was like they weren't real tickets, but they weren't apps yet. So
they were like printouts.
You had to find a printer.
Yeah.
Scary times, man. I didn't have a printer.
Yeah.
I became a regular at the Primus fucking library. Printing out my shit, dude.
Mommy, that big ogre keeps printing out stuff.
I'd be like, I didn't come here for porn, but you're gonna tell me I can't go on the sites. I'm like, I'm gonna type in XV and see if X video comes along me just to do it.
Yeah. That's why.
No. Out of all the concerts I've ever been to, man, I have no idea where any of these fucking tickets are, man. I kept my Roger Waters from 2010 ticket. That's all I know where it is.
How many concerts you been to?
So we don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know how you counted all that.
We don't know, but one day recently, like back in January, I did sit down and did an Excel of all the bands that I've seen, and it was at 460 bands, and some of those were.
Well, do an average. Of each band, how often? Like, would you say, like, you saw 2.5 times, 1.5 times?
You have certain bands that are in the 20s. You have a lot of them were more than once. Granted, some of them were festivals where you bang out maybe like 15, 20 in a weekend, but it was a fucking lot. And like I was thinking, I'm like, my God, even if you take Metallica, it's 8. If you take Korn, it's 30 something. Like those add up. If the conservative number,
and it's funny that you mentioned like other stadiums prices. Like I've actually priced out. I used to do this back in the day when I was single. I used to go when Southwest was kind of a new airline.
Yeah.
$50 flight to Pittsburgh, Detroit, like Cleveland. Those like kind of like those surrounding cities that are not too far, but not Florida and California far. And go catch a game there. Like I went to Atlanta a few times.
I went to Atlanta.
Yeah, and I took a $60 flight to Atlanta. I actually checked it out. Frontier has $120 back and forth to PNC or to Pittsburgh. I'm like, I might go out there in July. And just, and it's literally, if I flew to Pittsburgh 3 times in my life, it is literally, well, we have hit our destination height. You can take your seatbelt off. Okay, put your seatbelt back. It's like a triangle. You go up, you go back down. Like,
going up a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Detroit for $71 back in December.
How long did that flight take?
58 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. So that's the problem is
cool.
Pittsburgh, I wouldn't, as much as I despise this state, anything west of Westchester up until you get to, let's even skip Pittsburgh, up until you get to fucking Seattle. Like, I hate the rest of this middle of this country or whatever. Pittsburgh I wouldn't do because Detroit is like a 14-hour drive.
So
right?
Bismarck's not doing it for you.
I'd fuck with Bismarck.
Okay.
But like Pittsburgh, it's a rough thing. So you got to be at the airport 3 hours beforehand or whatever and all that shit. And, you get on the plane. Planes are annoying, but the drive's 5 hours. It's like, I'd rather just have control for that, man. Detroit, New Orleans, like these are long drives. I'd rather fly.
Now, here's the thing. This was a while ago, so I could throw a duffel bag together with enough clothes for a couple days.
Well, that's where you
Still-
lose the money at, dude.
What?
Like that's how like a $50 ticket.
Well, it's
turns
just
into
it was
$100.
a carry-on. That was my carry-on.
Frontier don't do that shit no more, dude.
No.
We had to go with what we were wearing to Detroit, man, or else it would have been 3 times the price.
So you and your friends wore the same clothes for days at a time.
30 hours we were there.
Okay. Still better than your usual number.
No, you just wear a hoodie and then 2 shirts underneath, pants on pants, dude, and you sit down, you get there, you wash
The
them.
pants around your ankle.
Pants on pants, dude.
Fuck, man.
Saved us a bunch of money. Who am I trying to impress in Detroit? Let's start with that. Who am I trying to impress on Frontier Airlines?
Yeah. You're already like, well, why are you flying with us to Detroit? Who do you owe money to? Who does
No one.
Detroit?
No one's in Detroit,
Yeah.
man. Yo, by the way, waste of a city because all 3 of their stadiums are. We didn't see the Palace, the Auburn Hills Palace. But the other 3 are very much like us, where they're all at the same intersection, basically. All 3 are beautiful. Little Caesars Palace, or whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah.
Comerica Park is great, and Ford Field's beautiful.
No, I heard Ford Field's pretty cool. It's one of the bucket list.
Comerica is really cool. They don't show it online, but now that I'm aware of it, or sorry, they don't show it on TV, but now that I'm aware of it, also we don't see a lot of Tigers games anymore. They're like what we'd have as our 400 level is actually ground level. They build it down into the ground. When you get there, the place only looks about 10 feet tall, and there's like a fucking tiger statue and like a Ty Cobb statue. And you're just like, where is it? Oh, it goes down. Cute.
Busch Stadium's not bad. I enjoyed Busch Stadium when I went there in 2010.
I'll be there some point.
They have stay at the Holiday Inn there because it's called the Holiday Inn at the ballpark. Because if you stay above
Airbnb, bro, I want to meet the regs. I want to meet the regulars.
No, you do, and that's where the players stay at. So if you stay anywhere above like a certain floor, you can see into the stadium.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's why we did that.
That's cool.
I got dissed by Roy Halladay.
Well, I guess you won that battle in the end, Al.
I would say no. He just kind of like
he called me fat. I said, I hope you buy an experimental aircraft one time, smoke a bunch of meth, and see what happens.
No, I mean like he just ignored my because like it was like earlier in the morning and we're walking by and I think he's got done working out and I'm like, hey, Roy, good luck today because he was pitching that day. Just didn't say 2 words. Like he was those in the zone guys. Like you didn't exist. Nothing else exists at the point. And I think it was I forget who the other was. One of the bullpen guys. Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that Eric, that was me at the bar for 15 years straight. I'm like, that girl's just clearly in the zone.
Yeah, she's in the zone.
She wants nothing to do with me.
She would normally fall for my animal magnetism.
She's pitching against the Dodgers later. You know, she's clearly in the zone, man.
No, but it was one of the. Well, I remember one of the bullpen guys like said, "Don't worry, he does. You just don't talk to him on game."
Nice game, pretty boy.
Yeah.
We got completely off topipic. I'm sorry, Josh.
Yeah, we tend to do that.
I enjoy it.
So, Josh, moving forward. I mean, like, you got the job. This is an everyday thing.
Yeah.
My lord.
Is it the same time every day? Or
Yeah. It's supposed to be same time.
Okay.
It's like birth control.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you where do you get it at a regular pharmacy? You got to go into.
It gets mailed over to me.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
What happens if like they fucking bring it to the wrong place, like they did my guitar the other day?
Well, then I'm screwed, I guess.
Fuck,
I
man.
got a couple of days without it.
I like how your life-sustaining tales guy,
You're
put in the
missing
same sentence as his
you're missing some strings. I'm missing some medication.
his
there-
400th guitar that he didn't need.
So, like, is there like an acute? I mean, hopefully you haven't had to deal with it. Is there like a acute drop off if for some reason it doesn't get there?
I mean, I had one time I missed a day or two. And
Yeah.
apparently, I went to the doctor. Said, did you miss any days or like that? I'm like, no, but
Yeah.
no, I didn't want to get yelled at, but I guess it did affect something.
And they noticed it.
Yeah, they
my
noticed the blood work.
lord.
Well, obviously, I mean, they make you take it every day for a reason. It's
Yeah.
not like they get off on it. Like, yeah. It's, yeah.
Dude, that's fucking.
We're just going to make it
that's
take it every day
wild,
because we
man.
just want to make sure he's a really
Yeah,
good boy.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't even shower every week. Like,
We know.
yeah,
We're well aware of that.
man. So you're gonna be at Delco Day?
Yeah, I'll be there. of
That'll be
course.
cool. It'll be fun.
My dad's coming too.
Oh my
Ah,
god!
I can't
Fucking
wait to meet Joe.
clucks.
I want to meet Joe so bad.
He said, I don't know if I could do the 2 to 2, but
No,
I'll be
no,
there.
most-
I barely do that.
Most people do. I mean, seriously, at the end of the day, I will look like an old lady.
I didn't make it to 2 last year.
Well, because we're on our feet and we're there. Remember the days before, and then we're there at
Yeah.
like noon. So we're like walking around and like I have like last year I wised up a little bit and like I sat down a lot in the beginning, like
Yeah.
before things got really super
The design
busy.
breaks, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of like I kind of had to throw that stuff in there, you know, because I remember the Delco day, not the last one, but the year before. Like I almost felt like my knees were numb, like from standing
Yeah.
up the whole time. Like I'm done.
We're hefty boys, man.
Yeah.
Fucking shit clots in your feet.
Question from the crowd. Danielle wants to know: will there be glow sticks to collect?
Well, Danielle, clearly you didn't open that box on the living room table because there are 800 purchased for this year. And
I
they're
feel like you
there.
guys throw glow sticks at each other during coitus.
We will if there's any left over.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a common thing.
It makes it fun, interesting.
Anything to take her mind off that she's having sex with Holbrook.
Yeah,
you know.
Post pandemic and probably even the year before. I mean, when Electric Furby or whatever act I'm in at the time plays, we always go, oh, we're gonna throw 610 glow sticks out there. You can't buy them in 10, so you have to buy them in 200. So there's always 800 glow sticks. One day it's going to be an environmental disaster. There's going to be some nuclear beavers running around making lit up dams.
What was
that
the
look
bar
like
that-
shit.
That's me. That's me.
What was
The nuclear beaver?
Yeah, I picked them all up.
I love that fucking name.
What was was it the nail? That said something because you like no glitter. It was the glitter in the rug or something.
They said that there's a
Yeah,
list
glitter
of things I
bombs.
can't bring there anymore.
Yeah, like, there's like a list. Like
Really?
Yeah, we would glow sticks, whatever.
Yeah.
One time we did a thing called the band was called Sacco, so we did a thing called Sacco de Mayo, where we brought 50 soft shell tacos from Taco Bell and threw them everywhere. They were mad about that, but the thing that really stuck in their craw is when we threw glitter everywhere, because glitter
That's
doesn't.
Is that
come
when
out as
tacos
much.
were actually
stays.
$1 a piece and like you could for 50
They were
bucks?
like 50 cents a piece. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
They-
cost less than 40.
Yeah, I was. We were again being an old guy. We were talking. Me and my friends were talking about the invention of the what was it? The taco meal that you get the 10 tacos and the nachos and whatever.
Party box.
The party box.
Yeah, whatever. They had like the grande meal. That was
Like
what they
grande.
called it.
Grande. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
So
right.
it was 10 tacos. It was Mexican pizza originally, the Mexican pizza and the nachos, and I think it was only $10 too. Like that's how cheap it was back in the day. So you could go buy like 50 tacos for like $20. Like it was. Now it's like $1.50 a taco.
Yeah.
The nail.
Now I want tacos.
The nail was we threw a bunch of glitter out there, which number one still to this day looks cool in their carpet, and then we did silly string, and they got mad at us for doing that. Then the next morning they called and said, "Bring your fucking vacuum up here and vacuum this up yourself." Like, what are you talking about? Fun fact: silly string is super flammable, which we did not
Yeah.
know. So I went to go vacuum it all up and started a major fire. So there's certain things I can't do anymore. But you have a glow stick story from Delco Day 6, I believe, or 7. What was this one?
Which one?
You collected them and then they
Just thrown back or I sold them?
Someone afterwards gave you some shit or something like that.
Oh yeah, because I was throwing them back at you guys.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah, and then when it got done, it was at Marty's.
Yeah.
I was throwing them up on the deck. And I ended up missing the deck and went in one of the. They had the food underneath the deck,
Yeah.
so I kept landing in the food. So they got mad about that. I'm like, well, I can't help that. My arm's just a little weak today.
I don't see a problem with this
No.
like at all. I mean, speaking of otters, who the fuck? Was
Yeah, I mean, when
speaking of
somebody say otters, I don't like. That's what I was trying to say. Speaking of otters,
Talking about beavers. Ridley Creek officially have river otters for the first time in 100 years. I mean, Ridley Creek also has a bunch of baggies of Suboxone. Like,
those otters were small children at one time, Ian.
Yeah.
yeah,
They've mutated into otters.
man, that's otter this world
Jeez.
for the ladies. Oh, you collected them for ladies. That's what it was, and you're trying to woo them or some shit.
Yeah, I always buy the attachments.
Oh, yes,
because you guys
yes.
always lose them.
No, we intentionally get rid of them
Oh, wait,
because
to make them in like a
Yeah.
necklace?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I have like 800 in my pocket, and the girl says, "Yo, can I have one? But you want two? I'll put it around your neck." Like,
yeah,
fuck empowerment.
yeah.
Easy,
Here, I'm
easy.
gonna put this glow stick around your neck. Want to see my dick?
yeah.
I'll
There's
just,
a glow stick on that one
Yeah,
too.
see, I got little mini glow sticks all ripped
Yeah.
around.
They are mini glow sticks too.
they're Irish glow sticks, we like to call them,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. Then we'll just give you the connectors. I
I
mean,
don't
we
know.
intentionally get rid of them because those are the ones that sting in the eyes.
Yeah,
Holbrook gets chokes on them sometimes.
I can't be trusted around small objects.
I got it. Don't worry, I'll hold on to them.
All right, we'll do that.
That's
this
why.
year.
That's why Danielle has to hide all the plastic bags.
Jesus Christ.
She's like, only canvas bags in our house.
No footlongs. It makes me insecure.
I feel like there's more to that story.
It's a Simpsons quote.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
I got nothing else, Al. Josh, anything to tell the people? Anything you want them? Any way that Delco can help you? Like, is there?
Or help others
To
like
help me?
yourself.
Yeah, to help you, to help anyone like you. Any advice? Like,
Advice: go to the doctors.
go to the doctors. If something seems like
Yeah.
super
Regular
up,
checkup, would
go.
that be?
Yeah, if you have scheduled checkups, go to them. Don't skip them like I did. Waited
Just
too long.
devil's advocate. If you did go to those appointments beforehand that were scheduled, would it have made a difference overall?
They probably would have caught the CML probably a year earlier.
Would that
Oh,
affect the
year.
treatment?
No, it would probably
Okay.
just the same thing I'm going through.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess in hindsight, it would have cut a year off the end of the 5-year thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like you really shot yourself in the foot.
Nah.
This is the worst advice I've ever given.
I mean, I even tried to push my other appointment back even more.
Oh,
like I
Lord.
was trying because I had 2 weddings lined up.
Yeah,
And I was trying to get past them
You're
before.
marrying 2 different people.
Yeah, it happens
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well,
Mormon.
he doesn't
Yeah.
drink now, so he's a Mormon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I had to pick up a new hobby.
Soaking.
I get
Soaking.
married.
Soaking.
He's into soaking now.
So I was trying to push the appointment past that. But
Yeah,
I ended up
yeah.
going right between it. So I was like, cancel for the first one, cancel for the second one.
Is that? I mean, just because obviously you didn't want to fucking live with that.
Yeah, I didn't want
burden
because
of whatever.
it was my best friend's wedding
Yeah.
and my sister's wedding.
Would they
So
have
I didn't
kept-
want like the tension on me, like, oh, he has cancer. No, it's my sister's day. Like, talk to them.
Right,
Like, that was
right,
that
right,
annoyed
right,
me.
right. And even if you
Oh, did that happen?
Yeah, a couple
Wow.
people. I mean, yeah, it's all family at the wedding.
Is it?
so-
Is it that? Especially at the like, hey, I heard.
yeah, it's like I got out of the
Yeah.
hospital the day before her wedding.
Ah.
So I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
or the day of the rehearsal dinner. So I
Yeah.
was able to go straight to the rehearsal dinner, and then the wedding was like the next day.
fresh out
So
of-
everyone was seeing me for the first time.
and the poking and prodding and all that shit, man. Were you
Yeah.
just beat up
Oh, I
that
was
day?
dead.
Ugh.
I mean, I had some fun. I did some. That was my last hurrah. Alcohol and lots of other fun stuff.
So you've been
Other party enhancing.
Yeah,
items?
something it kept me going.
Yeah.
involuntarily sober for how long?
I would say since Christmas.
Oh Lord.
About a week or 2 after. I don't remember.
Holbrook can't get through Christmas. So.
Yeah, it was like a couple weeks after Christmas. I really started slowing down. Just like, all right, what's this
Gotcha.
one drink going to do to me? Just teasing.
Did you try it? Like, did you obviously try to see, like, oh, this is, just advice, but like,
Yeah, they technically said you can have like a drink here and there, like once a week or like once every other week. Nothing crazy.
but it really hit you hard.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez.
And even the thing that hit me hard is like I can't have the second one.
Right.
Like, what's the point of the first one if you can't have the next one?
Right.
Holbrook feels the same about the
know
8th and the 9th.
Exactly. If
Yeah.
if you can't have the second one, you can't have the third.
No, it's a real thing,
Yeah.
man. Like, if you like a work thing, if you're going out to lunch, you'd be like, oh, why don't you get a beer with me? Like, if I get one, I'm gonna want to.
Yeah,
go
they're
all night.
not-
Yeah, that's the thing is when I've had people that go, hey, we're going to lunch and have a drink. I'm like, no, because I want to take a nap. Something I'm going to
Yeah.
want to do after that. Like one beer is going to make me feel like tired. now.
Mhm.
I'm like, I will drink. I will drink multiple times a week, but it's just like I like to go out at like 10, 11 o'clock, and it's like that's the end of my day. If I have one at 2, I'm gonna be like, oh, I need one at 2:30, and then all of a sudden it's a binge.
I used to drink for 12 hours a day.
Holbrook, it's not all suddenly. It's just if and when.
Yeah, it's like I'm to quote him again, Brad Lidge. I'm a closer, man. I don't want to be in there for a complete game.
He has to close the bar house.
Yeah, I'll strike out 7th, 8th, 9th inning, man, but don't keep me in there for a full game.
Don't worry, Holbrook, but that's not the plan.
Yeah. We'll keep you in the stands.
All right, Josh, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for
guys.
telling your
Thank
story
you.
and
I
all that,
appreciate
man.
it, man.
Like we said, Al, you can cut this for a second. I just want to explain. You are one of the 2 beneficiaries for Delco Day 9. Just to explain to people what that is. It's not like all the money raised gets split in half to you and Jess. It's all the money goes to Headstrong, then Headstrong turns around and cuts a grant out of it. And I mean, I'm not going to show it's good money. It's not the equivalent of half.
And they
or
help you
anything.
out with other stuff.
But then they put you into essentially programs to be applicable to help you out in the future.
That's good.
And I've asked them, and I mean, there's no guarantees. I've just put it in their mind of the cost of the daily medicine you're taking, if they can see if there's anything that can help with that long term. possibly just anything they can do with that. So that is essentially the whole goal.
Yeah, and I can tell you the one guy from the other 2 years ago, Freddie Burns, his son who had it. He told me he wouldn't know what to do with it. Out that grant, like it's like he said, it's not. Oh, here's a big lump sum of money.
Yeah, it really helps a lot of
Yeah,
people, man. It
yeah.
does.
It's just and it helps you. They also help you in other ways too. If you need to find treatment or need to find a way to get the treatment in a cost-effective way,
And
all that stuff.
it can be more than like a Delco Day in the long run. It just in case something happens down the line. It's we raise hopefully another 20 grand for Delco Day, or sorry for Headstrong through Delco Day, but they do other things that raise hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it goes into a pot, and it's like you get thrown in with it just keeps it going if it's needed.
Yeah.
Joe's last comment is, one is too many, a million's not enough. That is Holbrook's. It's going to be a Holbrook's tombstone. That will be his.
Yeah.
And Daniel says, not all the time.
Which one's that about? The drinking or one of the things I said?
One of the many
not
things.
all the time.
Yeah.
Bathing. She said bathing.
Definitely
bathing.
Not all the time.
Bathing.
Or she's talking about that we don't have toilet paper again.
Oh, that is.
It's a real thing. No, dude, you are a loss from the drinking team, but I see it very much like when Keith Primo had to retire with concussions.
There's always
the
refs.
whole world gets it. You're gonna do fine because you are a winner. You are positive. You have I've seen it. You have a very good family, number one, and also you're very popular amongst your friends. Trust me, you're 25. Yeah, like partying, school, and all this shit. But guess what, man? There's a hard break at like 26, 27 where they're all gonna phase out too. Families be starting serious relationships. We starting career, full-fledged
you're
careers
ahead of the
where you
game.
move up.
Yeah,
you're essentially ahead of the game.
I age pretty quick.
Yeah,
I'll tell you. For instance, like I had kids at a younger age and all that stuff. Like all my friends now are having like their first and second child, or like 6 and 7 years old. My youngest is 8. My oldest is like your age almost. Yeah. So like. Yeah, so like it makes a difference. So yeah,
I can just tell you,
life experience.
At the end of the year, you're not fucking missing out on anything, honestly. Yeah, man, we'll keep in touch with Headstrong and see if they can do anything about that medicine situation, because that's a rough one, man. And I mean, I gotta assume it takes away, it adds like a burden of like possibly looking for other positions, building a career,
100%.
and all that shit. And one thing you got to do at your age, I had to do it at my age. The way the world works is every couple of years, you probably do have to change a job to build a career out of it. And that's got to be a burden. But yeah, dude, we'll do what we can. I mean, we can't.
I appreciate
we can
you
keep.
guys.
We can
you
keep
guys do enough.
Strong.
You guys do a great job.
No, I don't do shit.
We're nothing.
I'm just talking you guys up a little bit. Don't worry.
We only sort.
Thanks. I'm going to chew on my tongue tonight. I'll do it tomorrow night.
I only joined this podcast to get out of parking tickets.
I only do this podcast to get out of the house.
And strangely, yeah.
Because we used to do this in my basement, and my wife would be like, "You guys got to get out of here." Okay.
All right. So
cool. Any parting words to the regulars? I forgot this is a live episode.
This was
boy.
Great,
I said some incriminating shit for this being live. Uh-oh.
You did say some stuff, but this was great, man. I had fun.
Oh, hopefully we'll do it again.
I'll definitely am. Definitely am.
And I mean, June 1st.
I'll be there, definitely.
Delco Day 9, JT Brewski's, 510 Oak Avenue, Primus CK in Pennsylvania, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. We've got a whole slew of sponsors. PGA Services, great. Lou Turks, the fucking finest place to buy Easter flowers and Mother's Day flowers. Haverset, the goddamn.
Oh, by the way, he sets up the Mother's Day flowers.
I'm the one that sets the flowers.
Are you fucking serious?
He's a hero in many ways.
Why
we put the flowers.
Fuck, are we an hour and 23 minutes in this episode and we just learned that? Son of a bitch!
He knew from the beginning.
My lord, I was late because I was watching the WNBA.
And boy, is his wrist tired.
Yeah, not a lot of lookers, Al.
Never stopped you before.
It's a new level of degenerate gambling for me. I'm actually.
He woke up one morning and goes, I need a new vice.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that, have you thought about that? To replace the drinking is really getting into the WNBA?
I thought you said becoming a stripper.
No. I mean, there's a specific clientele out there.
I mean, both of them probably not.
I heard this is through the rumor mill. One of the things you're working on, because you said you started writing, was some sexcapades, possibly.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say
Oh,
shit.
yeah, that's
like
one of the
50
books.
Shades of Delco over
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
Little Surprise. That's what it's
The
called.
little snippets
Oh
I've
yeah, she
heard.
really whipped my ass with the cat of 9 pounds.
The snippets I've heard.
When she said,
You let us know when that shit's
you
coming
know,
out.
that
When that shit comes out,
that is
you
a
let us know.
story that
she
I
stuck her pinky up my ass behind a Barnaby's dumpster.
Al, there's things that even
There's-
you and me with our damaged brains could not think could happen.
Yeah, that's.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm hard.
It's struggling to write that part, man. It ain't gonna lie. It's a pretty shitty way to write it, you know.
Oh my god.
Oh lordy. Yeah, it's things you really only think happen on like Team America or some shit.
I love it already with that reference. Then,
Yeah. Al, take us home.
Yeah.
guys, remember this is brought.
No, literally, take me home.
I need a ride.
Yeah.
I'm the designated driver.
And
I didn't want to ask him
and,
after this whole
and,
thing.
and his Uber score has dropped too low. He's not allowed to go anywhere. But guys, we're just brought to you by Fat Cow Jerky. That's right, Fat Cow Jerky, utterly perfect jerky. All these amazing flavors you see here, from black pepper, garlic, ghost, pickle, all the amazing ones. Even ones for your four-legged friends. They have options for them as well.
They're delicious for humans too. I just want to put it out there.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say it legally. Go to follow them on Facebook and Instagram, or go to fatcowjerky.com. And they're also at Roma's Deli for all of you, part of our Delco Day sponsorship there.
Oh, dude, they're great people, man.
And if you listen to Holbrook's advice, maybe choke on something by accident.
Don't drink and drive. I
Yeah.
just want to preface it with that.
Don't do what Holbrook would do.
Yeah.
Do
they cover libel, like in case this happens?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, criminal law. David Archerry is your man with the plan to fight for your rights. 610-565-0300. Go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Again, workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury,
Some of the
criminal law.
best biceps in Delaware County.
Yeah,
he was sleeveless last year.
He
at
brought
Delco
his
Day,
bike right in the middle of Delco Day, and he's just like,
Oh, that's him.
I fucking hope that he's there sleeveless
he's
again
pretty-
at Delco
He's
Day.
not just a lawyer; he's a badass lawyer. So
He
David,
does gun permits because he's carrying 2 fucking weapons on his arms.
the ladies were liking it. So David Archerry's your man. 610.
Yeah, he can settle this lawsuit.
0300. Go to Dolan, especially on the 25th of May. Check out Wiffle Ball Mania. John Kruk, Mickey Morandini, and so much more will be going on there. Come on out and check their new kitchen menu times here from Tuesday through Saturday. They have options for you. Dolan's wings that are amazing. Smash burgers, fries. This food slaps, as the kids will say.
Slaps.
It's bussin'. It's bussin'.
It's real lit, fam.
It's real.
You ever, Al, you doing all your sports stuff? You ever do Immaculate Grid?
No.
You ever do Immaculate Grid? It's like a baseball reference, a pro football reference, a pro hockey reference. They have a thing that comes out daily where it's Immaculate Grid, and they give you a 3x3 grid, and it's criteria. It'll be like
it has the logos of teams.
Yeah, it'll be like Brewers that were also MVPs, like batted about 300 career for the Yankees. And you had to fill them out, and the more obscure, the more points you get. I just want to say that I lost a perfect game the other day because of John Kruk.
Yeah.
It said Phillies minimum. No, it was Padres minimum 1 game center field. I said Kruk had to have played center field at least once in his early days, right? Because I remember him playing not just first base, he played right field and center field for the Phillies. Like, you're telling me this dude with his gut in his gutness played center field for us, but didn't play 1 game at center field in the 8 years he was on the Padres? Wrong, he never did.
Ruined Holbrook's life.
And I'm going to be there on May 25th, and I'm going to yell at him about that.
One day, man. One day.
You didn't play 1 game in center field for the fucking Padres.
He's also
man.
a lot older than too. And the last thing an older person does is play center field.
No, he played center field when he was old for the Phillies. We got him from the Padres, and he didn't play 1 game in center field for them. He played right field only.
Oh. No, didn't he go back to the Padres?
He went to the White Sox, and he's my favorite story ever. He had a double to move his average to 300 and retired in the middle. He retired in the middle of the fucking inning. Yeah. He said, "It's 300. I'm done."
And don't forget our sponsor, Delco Day, Wolf's. You can get him online, or you go to Wolf's.
He's a cancer survivor as well.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
And they have the Headstrong sandwich, which is a delicious sandwich. If you have not partaken, please partake. You can get it on Uber Eats if you can't make it out to Aston, but also you can go out to Aston now. And he is part of the proceeds are going to Delco Day. So support and eat, enjoy. Don't forget, all these great items will be there at Delco Day, and don't forget these great companies, these great people would make Delco Day freaking awesome.
PJ Services, fucking blue collar, fucking icons around here. Lou Turk's Premier Gentlemen's Club, great
Shiny
Easter,
poles.
shiny poles. Great breakfast buffet. Easter flowers, fucking Mother's Day flowers. Haverset, the king of the breakfast meats. BACU, the Delaware County Credit Union. You don't just got to work for Boeing. You just got to live or work in Delaware
Or
County to get there.
worship.
Or worship? Is that the new thing?
I think he
They
said
had a
no. I think it was last year too. I think as long as you go to church in Delco,
Live,
you pretty much have to say somewhere you do something in Delco.
live, work, worship in Delco. Prezi Real Estate, one of the greatest places to buy anything ranging from a mansion in Garnet Valley down to a crack house in fucking Colwyn. They will make it work out for you and your entire
You're
family.
the greatest crack house in Colwyn.
Roma Deli, one of the most underrated icons of McDade.
I will be on Roma Deli with a special Delco Day sandwich. Be prepared. I will let you guys know when that's happening.
RC's Tattoo, excellent work. Everyone they brought in there is great. They were one of, if not my favorite guests we've ever had. That is the most interesting shit of all time.
Sorry, Juice.
Everything they
Sorry,
did. No,
man.
dude, yo, this dude
We went off
stole
topic.
my fucking heart.
We went off topic too much.
No, this dude, there can't, it would have to be like The Hobbit meets Lord of the Rings to tell this dude's life story and all the shit he's seen and done. RC's is absolutely spectacular. Delco Steaks, I love them, all their locations. I love that they reopened the mini putt thing because someone asked me about the original mini putt thing over there. Delco Steaks, Broomall.
Delco Land, I think.
Yeah, Delco Land. They got some designer steaks coming up too. They got some funny social media shit going on right now. Visit Delco. Been so great to us. They were one of the smartest interviews we've ever been part of, where they're not just talking about like, oh, visit Delco, go to fucking Rose Tree Park. They are talking about all the major events that are coming through Philadelphia proper. An All-Star game. We have the World Cup coming. We just had WrestleMania, and the way that it's not just Philadelphia proper, it's all the suburbs. They're doing great with that, and they're doing great incorporating them into major events. Wolves, I can't say fucking enough about them. They designer sandwiches out the ass, creative things nonstop, all the ways he's helped out Delco Day since the very beginning. The Foundation for Delaware County, they just had their Delco Gives Day where they raised $1.6 million for 285 charities, and they were very gracious to us for helping them get the grassroots going. And like really connect them like the real Delco. They love the mainstream. They love the medias, the Garnet Valleys, but they really wanted to get in touch with us and the Clifton Heights, the Albert Arby's, all that shit, and they were good with that. Tito's, I can't say enough because I forget most of the time that Tito's is fucking involved. Delco Electric, you want to fucking
back to that new light out there, Delco Electric.
it's the only
Delco Electric installed.
It's the only shining light in my life right now. A shocker ain't just two in the pink, one in the stink. It's all about that fucking electricity running because of Delco Electric. Holiday Inn and Suites, I absolutely love them. They got involved with Delco Day last year, and it's because I fucking said, if you give us a donation, I'll stop making fun of your fucking sign. And they went on to host one of the coolest events and included us. I love them. Coaches, obviously, dude, next door to Lou Turks. They've always been helping us out. They're great people. They're great to their employees, and they're great
to me.
They're great. Yes. Where Josh got his first beer. Sneak peek. They are going to put out some of the dopest shirts, not just for the people, but for the staffs this year. They're going to keep that legacy going. They are an unbelievable story. If you haven't seen our episode where we interview them and their starts from literally buying knockoff merchandise in Monsignor Bonner, selling them out of lockers, to the way that they fucking literally made shit for Jay-Z at Made in America. It's absolutely fantastic. Delaware County Chamber of Commerce, they've helped us from the beginning. They are great at just synergizing all their members and getting work opportunities between the two. Headstrong, I can't say enough. JT Brewskis, June 1st, can't fucking wait. Get your dicks hard, nips hard. Let's fucking do this.
Other than that, guys, we will see you next time.
See you guys.